Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on. Is that one of the ultimate kind of snubs as a player? So if you start the game on a Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m, if your number comes up in the 35th minute, are you going, oh my God, this ain't good?
It's just, you want the ground open you up.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
I've never been in that position, but I can't imagine it being nice. It's a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Well, you'd have to be some manager to, like you said, like with Calvin though, the fact that he didn't respond badly, to finesse that with the player.
Remember, Mourinho used to do it a little bit as well when he was at Spurs. He used to pull some. I think he bought Eric Dyer off once, didn't he? And like 30th minute.
Obviously, it worked out great for Calvin because it obviously Calvin he wouldn't have been happy at the time, but he used it as a as a I don't know, important part of improving. Really.
Yeah. You mentioned about Bielsa and the team talks and the meetings. What about the language barrier?
Yeah, it was, at the start it was strange because I don't think any of us had ever been in a position where we needed a translator to do the team talks or to talk through meetings or whatever. So that was hard at the start, and then as time goes on, you just sort of get like I wouldn't say I know Spanish, but a little bit.
The basics.
As time went on, you sort of just knew what he was talking about, and but yeah, it was hard because obviously it was a hard job for the translator, because if Marcelo was cross and angry in his voice, the translator, then he couldn't just talk like how I'm talking now.
He had
to like sort of be angry and speak a bit louder and stuff. So it was a difficult job for them.
Yeah. Did you ever get into the translator afterwards when like the meeting's finished and you're in the canteen and go, "You were incredible today." The way that you, how animated you got was so good.
Yeah, you're a shite bag. You chucked it a few times there, but. No, he had a couple of different ones, so he did. But yeah, it was difficult at the start. But we just become used to it. I think whenever you started to see you were getting results, you started to see as individually you were becoming a better person, you were becoming a better player. The team was playing well. You just start to believe, and because if you weren't getting results, then you would start to go,
doubt it.
Like, you would start to doubt things like anybody. But he just made us believe, really.
And is famous murder ball? Is it as famous as what it sounds?
Explain this.
Do you know what? At the start, it was like, Jesus Christ, this is hard. But because of the way we train, or because of the way we did train them, we and majority of managers are training, you would do 5-a-side, you would do possession, you would do small-sided games, everything. We never done that. In 4 years under Bielsa, never played a small-sided game. I think once, and he didn't take a training, the sports physio took it, or the sports scientist took it. He never believed in any of that. He never done any of that. So when it come to murder ball on a Wednesday, as time went on, we looked forward.
What is murder ball?
So murder ball was basically 11v11. As time went on, it was broke down into smaller sections. It was maybe attack v defence, but it was genuinely 11v11. And it was just, it didn't last for long. It was maybe 5 times 4 minute periods, or depending on what he wanted to get out of the week, depending on what the load of the players was, because it's all stats based now, isn't it? Yeah. Sports science. So depending on what he wanted to get out, I remember one day there was a bit of a break, so we actually done 2 20 minutes, and it was just 20 minutes straight through. So when the ball goes out of play, there was this theory went around that when the ball went out of play, somebody just magically chucked another ball on. It wasn't like that. The ball went out of play. There was balls around the pitch, but there wasn't coaches dotted the whole way around the pitch, like throwing balls on like something crazy. There was coaches around the pitch like screaming and stuff, but it was just like,
so when the ball went out of play, it was get it back in,
just as quick as you can back in, as quick as you can back in. And if you were taking your time, he would be shouting, and it was just to like take you to an uncomfortable place, fitness wise, that at times you couldn't breathe, but it was just all gearing towards a Saturday that you could get through difficult times in training. So when it come a Saturday, and it come the 89th minute, 90th minute, and you had to fucking run the length of the pitch to make a tackle, you done it.
Yeah.
but it had to be trained. You can't just...
No, you can't switch
just
that
do
on.
it.
I like we always used to hear like rumours about how it all went and the famous murder ball. I was under the impression the ball never went out of play, so you would play.
You'd be a good team then, wouldn't you? If it never went out
so
of
like
play.
the ball, you would basically had a pitch in the middle of a load of other pitches, and you just carried on. Like even if the ball went behind the goal, you just carried on.
No.
And the other thing I heard was that you all had to wear shin pads because the tackles were just outrageous.
No,
People flinging in.
We didn't wear shin pads.
I love it. The myths of the murder ball.
But I have to, like, I know some managers do that where they make you wear shin pads, but we never wore shin pads. But literally, a player could be lying injured in the pitch, and you'd just be like
running around him,
playing on. Yeah, it had to be a really serious, not a serious injury, but it, only sometimes it would get stopped. But it come to the point where lads actually look forward to that.
Really?
Yeah.
What about? Do you remember Spygate, Ben?
I do remember Frank Lampard.
Yeah. What did you make of it? Because you were still playing at the time.
Yeah, the whole Spygate thing was a bit mad, like, really. But I think because he used to name our team in the press on like a Thursday or Friday in his press conference, he had no problem with. So I just think he thought it was kind of normal.
Like, in rugby, that's a done thing, isn't it? Like rugby, they will name their starting 15 kind of in the days leading up to as well. But in football, it's almost like a real closely guarded secret. You know what it's like yourself. On a Friday night, if you're travelling away to an away team, you'll have you spoke to him? Because if you know somebody on the opposition team, if you spoke to him, is he going to be starting at left back? Who's starting at right back then? But if they've got a little few injury doubts, or he might be a doubt, and you'll try and find out as much as you can anyway. Everybody does it, don't they? It's just
but it
the way
was a bit
goes.
like, because we always adjusted to the other team anyway. So on a Saturday when we would line up, if a team was playing like two strikers, we would have just automatically changed the three at the back.
Yeah.
And it that was trained into us. So it come a point where we didn't even need the manager to shout on and tell us. We just knew as players were. So I could be playing starting left back, and then because they changed their shape, I could end up in midfield. I was always the one that had to move around.
So how did you find that then? So
I didn't mind it.
Was it Darren Bent? Was it Darren Bent
yeah.
said, I think you are the world's best utility player?
I suppose that's a nice thing to have, but again, it can be, what is that saying? What is it? The master or jack of all trades, master of none, really. But it come a point where I was pretty decent in any position I played, but I didn't mind it. Listen, I was just happy to be playing. I was that season was a couple of seasons was probably the peak of my career. I was playing the best football, so I was confident going into every game that I knew that I could outrun you. So, like, I just knew I was gonna not play well, but I was just comfortable in changing positions.
Do you know what I really like about that is there's so many players, right, that if you say to them you're playing left back today, they'll be like
moaning,
they're not even moan. Some of them will just flat out refuse. No, I'm not playing left back. No, because they'd be so worried about looking a bit of a fool, wouldn't they, or getting found out.
Yeah.
You seem the kind of guy that would take it as a challenge and go, all right, cool, I don't care where you play me.
Also because on a Friday night we used to get our clips sent through from, and I'm sure other managers do it as well. So the analysis guys used to send us individual players. So if I thought I was going to play left back and we were playing whoever we were playing this Saturday, he would show me every player that's played as a winger. But for me, it was always every player's played as a midfielder and a winger. So I just used, it's only 5-minute clips, 6-minute clips. You're in a hotel on a Friday night. Instead of jumping on the PlayStation, I just used to watch the clips of the other players. So then whenever I come to a game, I knew who I was playing against. Like when I seen who I was playing against, I knew what he was going to do. Yeah. And obviously they can do stuff that you haven't seen, but 9 times out of 10 you knew exactly what their strengths were, because that was the detail that they had went into. So on a Friday night I'd maybe get 10, 11 single or individual WhatsApps from different players that I would just be watching. I enjoyed that, and it made me comfortable, and it made me better going on the pitch.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.